Crystal's going to join us in just a moment. Crystal, I just want to talk to you very briefly, just the steps to this, and then I'm going to ask you to talk about how this has, impacted your practice as a teacher, and talk a little bit about your journey in learning this year. Because the model of instruction, or our essentials for achieving rigor, it's really about establishing this system in every classroom that is a standards-based system. So when we think about instruction, we always begin with planning. And now that we have to plan with our standards. And once we take our standards, we deconstruct them, it's now time to create criteria for success, where we're going to create these learning goals and student performance scales so that it's very clear to us and to our students what the expectations are and what criteria they're going to need to meet and to show us in order to say that they are on track to meet the standards for that year. So that's where we really are tracking our students against the standard. So when we talk about this real type of data, the leading data, we're able to make decisions from a moment to moment in the classroom by monitoring our students' performance on day-to-day tasks that we're asking them to do. Now, this criteria then drives our instruction. So when we look at these are all research-based instructional strategies that are based off of the art and science of teaching, with over 60 years of research behind them. So as we're looking at these strategies, this instruction box really takes teachers and shows them how we have to build that foundation to learning, and then take our students through deepening their learning, and then finally getting them into the complex tasks, because we've now scaffolded that instruction and built a structure that will sustain and that students are able to engage into the type of rigor that the standards are requiring of them. Then we talk about the conditions. And, conditions are very different in the type of learning environment that we're talking about today. Because if you think about the rigor in the classroom, conditions become a lot more important. And I love the representation here of showing how it kind of overlaps that instruction. Because if we're instructing and we have rigorous instruction, if we do not have rules and procedures and we don't have engagement of our students, it's going to be very difficult to get our students to the learning that they need to get to. So we want to make sure that we have our conditions for learning in place so that the learning can take place. And then after we have our instruction, we're now ready to reflect. We're actually reflecting during our lesson, but also after lessons. We're doing, and then from our reflection, we take action. How are we going to meet the needs of our students who were able to get there? So how are we going to take them even farther and deeper into the learning? And then what are we going to do for our students who are struggling? And of course, we really focus with our model of instruction and the standards-based system, how do we collaborate together? So the beauty of this teaching map is that it is not a part of an evaluation system. This is all about helping teachers grow. It's very focused on helping teachers grow. And so what it really does for us is it gives us that pathway. It also truly helps guide teachers in the process, the natural process that they do for instructing. It doesn't matter what standards you're using. You can put the standards into the system and it's going to work its way through as the teachers are very focused on the standards and the instruction. It doesn't matter what programs you're having. It's going to take any program that you're doing by following the recommendations here, and it's going to strengthen any type of program you're doing along with helping you implement the new standards of today. And so this pretty much gives you the steps of the essentials for achieving rigor. And now I'm going to bring